my name's Taylor and I'm a reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and Depop. And today I want to do a ship with me while I talk about my first ever silent show that I did on Poshmark today. And was it worth it, and would I do the show again? I work out of this closet. Here's like my shipping supplies. This is like a bag full of stuff. I have totes in here. I have this one flannel like hung up because it was just in pristine condition. So I was like, I don't want to ruin it. Anyway, so this is what we're working with, this space. I don't have like an extra, basement or room or something that I can like fully use for my reselling business. So this is what we're working with here. I have just taken over this entire closet with totes. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 totes plus this bag, plus I have a couple bags in this corner, which I really need to consolidate to try to fit it all in the closet, but I have one more tote here. Every time I sell something, it's not like the most efficient process of like opening up the bins and seeing where it is. So basically I just have to go through every single bin and look for the item. So let me do that and then I'll be back. Okay, so that was the most inefficient thing I've ever been a part of. Like, I would not advise not having an inventory system. I really need to just take the time to go through and put like numbers on the bins and then just label everything that's in that bin on the listings or in ListPerfectly, like just the number of the bin that it's in. I just have bigger priorities right now because I'm still trying to get everything that I have cross-listed. I have mostly everything, I have mostly all of my inventory uploaded to Depop, but I'm still in the process of cross-listing everything over to Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. And then I just went to the Plato's Closet 90% off sale this weekend, so I have a haul that I need to also get listed. So listing is definitely top priority because that's how you make money. So, but at some point, I think once I get a little more caught up on listing, I need to make an inventory, an inventory process, because that was really crazy. Okay, anyways, so I did my first ever Poshmark show. I've never done a live show or a silent show. I didn't even know that there was a difference between a live show and a silent show until this week. I follow one of my favorite Poshmark influencers, Ashley Barron, on YouTube, and she does Poshmark live shows. And I was watching her videos lately, and I just haven't been doing that great with Poshmark. And then I ended up getting like the Poshmark or the Posher VA like Chrome extension, and that has been helping to get more sales. I've gotten like a few sales, maybe like 3 sales on Poshmark since getting that, which really isn't like a lot, but like all of those sales have come through this month, and I had like 0 sales before. So I think it's helping at least like get the ball rolling. But so she does live shows on Poshmark. And so she really inspired me to try a live show because just everything I see, like all of the other YouTubers are always saying like how to make money on Poshmark without doing live shows. And it seems like nobody wants to do the live shows. And so I've always just thought like, there must be a reason, like why does no one want to do these live shows? So I just never really like knew if it was worth it. And also when I think of a live show, I think of like you're selling everything for $1 And so I just was like, is this even worth it? I don't know. But like last week, I became inspired to try a live show on Poshmark. So I scheduled my first live show for this upcoming week on Wednesday night. And so that hasn't happened yet. But I saw like another YouTuber recommend that you do a silent show before doing your first live show. And I was like, that's a good idea because I've never done a show before, so I was like nervous about how a live show is gonna go. And a silent show is where you like don't have your camera or your microphone on. So for those of you who like want to try a show but like do not want to be on camera, a silent show is really like a good idea, and I just never even knew it existed before because you're not talking, you don't have your camera on, so it's really low stakes. And so you select like so you schedule what time and date you're gonna have your show. I literally just like did it on a whim today. So it was like 2:55 p.m. and I scheduled it for 3 p.m. I was like, let me just do this in 5 minutes and just see what happens. So then you add all of your listings that you want to include in your show. So I did a Gap show because some of you may have seen that I bought like a Gap box from New Source. So I have like a lot of Gap items that were already listed. So I was like, okay, let me do a Gap show. I expected to have no visitors. I expected nobody to show up because it was my first ever Poshmark show. And I was like, I don't even have like I have followers on Poshmark, but it's not like I have a big like social media presence or anything. So I was expecting nobody to show up, and I was fine with that. Like I was like, let me just do this silent show just to see how it works so that I'm ready for the live show. So I was expecting nobody to show up to the silent show. And I think I had no more than like 4 people that showed up at a time. So it's like people came and went, but usually there was like 1, 2, or 3 people like watching the show at a time. And I got 4 sales. So I was like shocked. And let me tell you, like they were pretty cheap sales. So it's nothing to be like, you know, it's a gold mine or anything. Like it's not a gold mine, but like I would have gotten 0 sales today if I wouldn't have done that silent show. And now I have 4 sales to ship out. So that is like huge for me, especially like still trying to get started and like get the ball rolling. So I was shocked for my first ever Posh show. I was seriously expecting no sales, nobody to even show up. I made $33 in sales. Poshmark takes 20% of that. So I was gonna do the math, but I guess I'm using my phone to record. So like I made like 20 something dollars, which again is not like a crazy amount, but that was my first Posh show, so I'm like hoping that I can build from there. And also I was just sitting on the couch like watching the game with my husband, and I did that show for 45 minutes and I made like 20 some dollars profit just by sitting on the couch like auctioning off items that were already in my store. So I got to move a few items and it worked. Okay, so the first couple things I'm shipping out is a bundle. So this was a green tie-dye like shirt dress that I had got in the Gap New Source box that I had unboxed for you guys. So if you haven't seen that video, you can watch that unboxing after this, and I unbox everything that came in my Gap New Source box. So I'm gonna show you guys like how much I sold each item for today and how much I profited after cost of goods sold and after fees that Poshmark took out. Okay, so this dress I sold for $10, and then after fees and like after cost of goods sold, I made $4.90 profit. So, like I said, it's not like I hit the jackpot or anything, but at least I moved this item, whereas it would have just been sitting for longer. Okay, and then the next item that I sold together with this bundle is this jean like denim long sleeve dress. This was also from the Gap New Source box, and this is a really cute dress. So this person really got a deal because it's a really nice dress and it's in like amazing condition. So I sold that dress for $15, and then after fees and cost of goods sold, I profited $9.90 on that. So again, not like nothing like insane, but I'm still happy with that sale. And it was nice that that person got a bundle. I love selling a bundle. All right, so now I'm going to package this bundle up. I have my pink mailers. It's in its cute little package. Now I'm going to write a little thank you card. I like to just add a couple of stickers because it's fun, and I like a little goodie bag. A little thank you sticker on and put it in the package. The next thing I sold was this Gap like short sleeve sweater, just super cute. I actually got this at a yard sale for myself last summer, and this was one of the items that I had just taken from my own closet. So it wasn't part of like the Gap box, but it is Gap brand. So I added it to the Silent Show. So I sold that one on the Silent Show for $8, and after fees I made $5.05. So again, like I've been saying, nothing like insane. I'm not gonna tell you like, oh, do the Poshmark show and you will make thousands and like this is how you're gonna quit your job. No, but I do hope that after like I stay more consistent with the shows, like maybe I'll have more viewers and just like sell more and more stuff, and then maybe I'll just start to make more. Stay tuned. I'm doing this cute little mushroom and this cute little deer for their little thank you gift bag. All right, doing a little thank you sticker, and voila. So whenever I get discouraged about this business that I'm doing, I just remember how much I love doing it, and I think that's what keeps me going. Like they say job your love, and that's what I'm doing with this. Even though this is not my full-time job, this is very, very, very much like I'm doing this on the side of my full-time job, my actual job, trying to build it up more, but I actually like enjoy doing it. Like I love just working with secondhand clothes. I love just my girly pop little packaging. It's just fun to me, and that's what like keeps me doing it, even though like it's hard and I'm like, great, like now I have to ship stuff or I have to list stuff today. It definitely gets like, there's definitely days when I don't want to do that, but then I have days like today where I'm like, this is fun and I really enjoy this, so that's what keeps me going. Okay, and then the last sale was this Gap, just like a basic black tank top. This came from the New Source Gap box. And you guys, I literally made 45 cents on this order because I sold it at the auction for $6, and then Poshmark took $2.95, and then my cost of goods sold was $2.60. So then I made 45 cents on this tank top. So, I mean, luckily I didn't buy this like on its own, you know, like it did come in that box, and it was one of the items that wasn't like, you know, I knew that this wasn't like, you know, some big money maker item. But I'm glad this person got like a nice staple item for a good price, and I got to move the inventory out. So it was a win-win for me, and I am just happy to move that inventory, honestly. Not complaining. I'm doing like a woodland creature vibe. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching, and I have my 3 packages packed and they're ready to be shipped out. Overall, I was very pleasantly surprised with the silent live show. Again, I didn't hit the jackpot, but I was very surprised and shocked to sell 4 items. I really thought I was going to sell nothing, so I'm happy with the outcome, and I'm excited to stay consistent and like hopefully scale it a little more. So thank you so much for watching, and if you were wondering if you should do a Poshmark show, a silent one or a live one, I would say try it out because it took almost no effort. Like I said, I put that show together in 5 minutes while I was just sitting on the couch. So if you already have listings up in Poshmark, I would try it out. If you haven't done a show yet, just throw the items that you already have listed into a silent show and just see what happens. And even if you get no visitors and no sales, that is totally okay. And you can just see if you like it and if you want to keep continuing to do it. And then if you do get a few sales, that's great news too. So I'll see you in the next video, and thank you so much for watching.